What's up, YouTube? It's your main man, ABD Hero, back again with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna go back. And what I want to do is I want to play this clip for y'all, right? I know y'all seen it before, where before LeBron James got to the league, they asked some of his new teammates, what do you think about this new kid, the dude LeBron? Will he? And they gave a response. And then many moons later, we have this interview from Darius Miles, who talked about LeBron in that thing. And then I also got another clip from Ricky Davis, who talked about LeBron in that video, the infamous video. And what I want to do is play what they said back then, play their thoughts on what they said back then, and then compare that to what we see my dog LaMelo going through right now, right? Because obviously there's a Zion, but truthfully, when it comes to probably the most hype going into that rookie season, and then also being able to live up to that hype, the only person who has done it like LeBron is LaMelo, and I believe that he's in such a similar situation as LeBron was way back when. So we're gonna get into that.
With my dude, AB the Hero. Well, we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
AB, way to get out of the way. What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustler for it. Let's go. I'm out.
Alright, so before we get into that, I finally got I bought all of those trading cards, so be on the lookout for our video where we go over these. I'll show you some of my other cards and stuff of that, and we'll keep that whole trading card content, Top Shot content going as well. Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about and watch, let's get straight into it, man. I appreciate y'all subbing the channel, hitting that notification bell, liking the video. I know some of y'all already done liked the video before I even got to this point. Pat yourselves on the back. We've been growing, the subs going up, 1,100, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate that for you all. Let's check this out. All right, now let's go here first. So I'm not gonna play this whole clip, but I'm gonna play the part here where the players are kind of talking about LeBron. Now you'll see some familiar faces here, so listen up, and then we'll kind of react and recap as we go through this.
The final, Cleveland 96, Raptors 86. The Raptors.
We went out and won a game. Tied Denver, so what? Be it. I don't care.
So what ended up happening here, and this what was important, was the Cavs won their last game of the season, and by winning the last game of the season, they ended up tying for first place. So if they would have lost, they would have had the highest odds in order to get the first pick. And they won the game and ended up tying with the first odds. So that's why everybody's like, dang, we won, but we kind of screwed up.
Cavs might not care, but I'm sure the Nuggets are smiling today, as both teams now have a chance for gold in the NBA draft. And that gold, LeBron James. But is the 18-year-old from Akron truly the savior?
So now here's the part.
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, though. His potential is probably, the sky's the limit for him, though.
So even right there, right? You hear, and this is important because we'll hear this later, but you hear him saying, yo, we don't need him, but he a dog. We got other dudes already on this squad who better than him, but the sky's the limit for him.
LeBron is just gonna add to what we need, and just make things a little bit easier.
That's Ricky Davis. Remember that. He's all praise.
And he would come in and make an immediate impact like a Caron Butler, no different for the Miami Heat.
Smush
I
part.
don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that. If he come, you know what I'm saying, he can just hop on our bandwagon and hopefully we can do something big.
Now, when I hear that last part right there, it just reminds me of every time I'm listening to a Hornets post-gamer or pre-gamer, and they're like, well, last year, we were already on the upswing. We were improving. We were getting better. And yeah, you probably was. You probably was, but...
And don't forget.
All right, there we go. So that's what I wanted to hear. Now, we go over here, and here's Darius Miles today, right? This is, it's a couple days ago. And they're asking him about that video. They just played it in this clip, but they only played it in an abbreviated version, so I wanted to play the whole thing. But they're asking, like, bro, what's going on with that? Like, what? Tell us and break it down, and then he'll break it down. We'll listen to it here. Let's go.
Kind of like y'all talking about LeBron, he could fit in and be a role player at some point, right? It didn't fit in.
Look like that.
It did. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. Okay, yes, but even if that was the case, were you in that mindset where like, no, it's time for me to be an all-star. It's time for me to do these things, and then LeBron comes. Tell me about the video and what was the true intent of the video?
Okay, so now you gotta also understand. So before that season in Cleveland, I believe my dog Darius Miles and all of them was over in Clipperland. And Darius Miles, and I don't know if you remember Quentin Richardson, they were dudes who I would consider to be like the first sons of Allen Iverson, right? The guys who Iverson set the trend and they kind of ran with it and became like the dudes who took it to the next level, or not the next level, but really made it, helped make it a mainstream situation. So what they're saying is, and his question is alluding to the fact of like, okay, you were maybe in the shadows of some folks before. You come to Cleveland, y'all terrible. You got to be thinking to yourself, yo, here we go. It's go time now. So think about this on this Cleveland, this Hornets roster. Bunch of free agents, a few of them, big names, signed for a lot of money, come to a team and is thinking, you know what? This team, they struggled a little bit. I'm going to be the piece. It's go time.
When you guys were,
I played for the Cavs.
Yeah.
I played for the Cavs.
Yeah.
I went to damn near every LeBron James game his senior year. They would. I'm in the stands holding up the fucking LeBron James sign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at his I went over his house for Thanksgiving and had dinner. I know dude. I go and hoop with him at St. Vince. I know dude.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want him to come here, it's me. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, they put it out there like that and so forth on, and it's cool. Like, LeBron is a good dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what do y'all see from there? What do y'all see? Now, I wasn't even thinking about it from the aspect of a body language situation, but let's go back one time and hear this again.
Yes, but it's time for me to do these things. Video when you guys were
I played for the Cavs.
Yeah.
I played for the Cavs.
Yeah.
I went to damn near every LeBron James game his senior year. They would. I'm in the stands holding up the fucking LeBron James sign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at his I went over his house for Thanksgiving and had dinner.
All of that seems to be true.
I know dude. I go and hoop with him at St. Vince. I know dude.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want him to come here, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Now, what I will say is, what a lot of the talk that he was doing, he was giving you as he's walking it down, it's a lot of yes. When he says anybody wants him to come here, you start to hit the no shape.
They put it out there like that. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want him to come here, it's me. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, they put it out there like that and so forth. It's cool. Like, LeBron is a good dude.
Yeah.
Always been a good dude. Always been my guy. Never act funny towards me. Every time I see him, he asks about me, my mom, in the same way I do with him.
Yeah.
So even when I see that clip, or if anybody just even got it misconstrued, they got a trading card, upper deck card, that says, with a quote from me saying that, oh, LeBron James is going to be the next Magic Johnson.
So here's the thing, right? This is why I was telling you to listen and remember that Boozer clip. Because Boozer also said, yo, LeBron, the sky's the limit. He gonna be great. The truth of the matter is, we just might not need him. You feel me? And so I feel like this is one of them things where, like, yes, you say he's gonna be the next Magic Johnson, but that's not the same as like, yo, we want my dog here on the squad and to hoop with us.
They don't never show that much. But, you know, with him, it's like anybody, they want controversy and they want all that extra stuff. But Real ones, though.
Well,
I don't got to sit here and flaunt it. Those be saying it.
When did y'all, like, in the runs in Akron? When did you know that was?
Okay, so now then he goes into telling this story about playing against LeBron and all of that stuff, and when he decided and when he really knew that LeBron was that dude, right? And LeBron was a hooper and all of that jazz, right? And it's basically like, yo, he was guarding LeBron, coming at him, really trying to hoop. LeBron had his high school balls, and he went to shoot. LeBron pumped. He got his hand on it. LeBron switched hands and then drained it with the offhand type of vibe. That's that story. Now what I want to do is go over here to this clip from Ricky Davis. Now Ricky Davis was also in that clip, and Ricky Davis was the one who was like, you know, he just gonna make it a lot easier for us. All right. So now listen to his like kind of recollection of LeBron being on the squad at that point.
Well, I knew it was the real thing when he came in. It was just a matter of time to when he was going to pick up and when he was going to actually learn the game. It's a difference in being great and learning the NBA game. And him coming in at an early age, I don't think he was ready fully his rookie year as he is now. So I was ready. I was ready to go, and in the moment, feeling confident.
Right.
So it was a good fit. He came in and he did his thing.
But when he first came,
so you hear that. I think that reminds me of some of the clips from what I heard of LaMelo when some of the coaches like, yo, when he got here, we noticed right away that he was a dog. He was really good, and you know what I'm saying, it's just a matter of him. We got to just stay on top of him, make sure he's picking this up.
Came to training camp like he was NBA ready.
Well, he was still young, but
was he confident?
He was confident. He was still a little nervous, still kind of feeling his way. But you know, he had a lot of hype to live up to, and it was tough to live up to that hype. But he played hard, and you know, he had that green light, so it was kind of easy.
Now you.
Now that's the part right here. He had the green light, so it was kind of easy. It's so interesting to hear him talk about that green light to me, because that is one of the things that we did not see from young LaMelo, or didn't see him get right away. He had to earn. Right now, they kind of will roll it out. Well, but prior to the injury, like they'll have moments where they be like, bro, we need you. Come on. But he had these guys like the because Ricky Davis, Terry Rozier, Gordon, you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of similarities and some parallels there between those guys. But even with that, he's saying LeBron had the green light, and it just made it easier for him to adapt to the game and get it done.
You played an era that when LeBron came in there's Kobe, there's AI.
All right, so then they go on there to talk about LeBron in comparison to all of these other guys and how he did it and all that. So
I mean, who were the other like best players at?
She had those guys down, and you know that's what the NBA used to stand for.
And then so he basically is saying that LeBron, at that point, he says NBA stands for no boys allowed, and what LeBron did is open that up to where like, bro, no boys allowed, but you can't stop this kid. All right, now what I want to do is go back to this Darius Miles clip, right? I'm gonna fast forward it a bit because he says some stuff here.
Playing, and he was at the top of the. I'm like, nah, this dude was throwing it between this leg. The dude with the jersey, he used to hang out with my best friend like every day. He took LeBron.
What Rich Paul to do with the jersey? He had the swag and stuff. He was.
So then he tells this story here about how, and this is another thing that makes me call into question his stuff, because he's talking about the reason why he ended up at all of those games and all of the places to be and at LeBron's house was not because he was super tight with LeBron, but he had a relationship with Rich Paul, who had a relationship with one of his folks. So Rich Paul was always at his house, and then Rich Paul was getting him access to all of these different spots.
This was the dude with the jersey. He used to hang out with my best friend like every day at my house down there.
Okay.
And he had to hook up on jerseys. Like Rich used to, take me the cool spots where everybody supposed to be. You want to go and buy your throwbacks? Go here. You want to go over here? Go here. He the one put me up on LeBron to go see him and have me at games and stuff.
So even Rich Paul was gonna be one of them dudes, like one of those connected.
No, but that's why I'm proud. I'm proud of LeBron and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of how they crew, how they took care of each other. All them millionaires over there.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I say about LeBron, I say this all the time, is like, I'm 3 years in the league, and when this boy walked in that gym, he was way more mature than me.
Really? Like,
way
how
more
so?
mature than me.
How so?
Just the way he carried himself, what he did. Like, I'm still wild and straight from the hood, doing ghetto hood stuff, going to spots that I'm supposed to be.
I'm gonna tell you, when I hear people talk about what shocked him about LaMelo, he got the fun happiness of the game, but a lot of the maturity aspects of him and his way he carries himself, a lot of similarities to LeBron, especially when they say when it comes to the funds and things, and it's like, yo, you remember when you say about the grill, you know what I'm saying? I don't even spit name, bro. We over here working the bag. Come on, man. Let's fast forward. Let me get to this part.
I'm the highest.
I mean, he
Like,
from the
that's
hood
one
too,
thing I
right? Like, he was
noticed,
smacker too, right?
Yeah, immature. Coming straight out of high school.
What's that first game like in Sacramento for y'all? Because I mean, we know we went to the preseason, but that first game, everybody was watching it. Y'all they did the commercial about he had to go to Sac early to do the Nike commercial, but there was just so much anticipation in that Kings game. What was that like for you to be just his teammate and see him going through all that?
I was hyped. I was hyped for that game. I was ready to go national TV. I was hyped for him. I was hyped for the team, young team. I was hyped for us. Because, you know, we just got the schedules out. We know we're going to be on TV a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just went from winning 17 out of 82 to we one of the hottest teams. So I'm happy about it. And
that sounds like the Hornets.
it was one of the worst games I had. But LeBron, he put on the show. Like, on the show.
Now, what I want you to listen for here is the strategy, right? So he finna break down for you all, like, what held them back as a team, right? And then listen to that, and then tell me if you hear something.
That's why I felt like, man, if they would have gave him the ball early.
Yeah.
Like, Paul Silas gave him the ball, we was running Utah offense.
Like, he was like at the three, right? Wasn't Brown at the three?
We was running where your 4 and 5 is on the free throw line and all
and
that.
Two wings, UCLA cut.
That slowed me. He had me at point guard. That slowed me down so much, and it slowed all us down because it's me, LeBron, and Rick.
You can't get out and do nothing in that.
You can't get out and run. I can't kick ahead. I gotta.
LeBron James, Darius Miles, and Ricky Davis, and you slowing them down. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Malik Monk, Terry Rozier, and you slowing them down.
Stop and set it up. I gotta wait for the big man to run all the way down and then come back.
You trying to get Bismack Biyombo in the offense. You trying to run plays for Cody Zeller. They gotta stop and wait to come and do the woo. Let them run.
To the free throw line. But y'all about to get me ripped out here. I can dribble, but damn.
How many times you done watched Cody Martin get ripped? Hayward getting ripped, waiting for the offense to get set up. Get that boy LaMelo the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type they didn't know.
Right. Y'all should have just been running. Y'all should have just been running and gunning. Right? Like,
we playing the Clippers off, man, because that was one thing about the Clippers that we did. Like, they used to tell me, man, get off the board, push.
Yeah.
You push. Don't kick it up, push.
Right.
We want you to push. And, you know, you got people like LeBron and all that. We would have pushed, or Don Nelson was coaching that team or something like that.
Yeah.
Imagine what he would have did.
Yeah.
That's what I got for y'all, man. It's some similarities there, man. It's some similarities there. I watched that video and I was like, yo, I gotta bring it to the channel, man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if I'm tripping. Like I said, man, we're gonna do the playing cards and all that stuff video a little later, man. But let's get into it, man.
No, not Peace. +1, triple B's. We out.